Hello everyone, I'm Alex Gorelik. I'm the founder and CTO of Waterline Data. And I have a painful question for you. How many of you enjoy getting your blood drawn in a hospital? Okay, no takers. Neither do I, and neither did the doctor I talked to when I was starting a company, who told me how he went on vacation and learned SQL. I said, why would you do that? There are so many other better ways to spend your vacation. So he explained, they take patients into the hospital and take their blood to check for anemia. Every time they take their blood, the patients become more anemic. Didn't make any sense to him, but he couldn't change the protocol without data. So he spent over a year with IT explaining what he's trying to do, waiting 3 months, getting a data set, looking at the data set, examining it, explaining again why it's not what he's looking for. He got so frustrated, he actually took a week's vacation to learn SQL. And 2 weeks later, after he learned it, he was able to change the protocol. He discovered that not a single patient became more anemic after 2 days. So they only had to test them for the first 2 days. This is the power of getting data into the hands of decision makers. And this is why I started Waterline. And our mission is to facilitate that, to really, really help people use data to make lives better, to make businesses more efficient. We're not the only ones. According to Forrester, 70% of companies are building data lakes to democratize data, right? To make it available to decision makers, to data scientists, to AI and machine learning algorithms. Unfortunately, according to Gartner, 60% of those don't succeed. They turn to data lakes. Into data swamps, and they become unusable. Why is that? Let me illustrate. Imagine this is a shopping list my wife sent me. In normal life, it's no problem, right? I'll go pick this up on the way home. If I was an analyst trying to solve a problem, like look at default rates in certain zip codes, I would have to get a whole bunch of data. Unfortunately, my data estate would look like a bunch of boxes. Like, how would I even start looking for my shopping list in these boxes? And I know a lot of you are technical data people. You're all thinking, well, metadata. We've got metadata. Cool. Let's look at it. It's technical metadata, right? If I paid attention in my biology class, I might be able to decipher what's inside some of these boxes. If I spoke many languages, I might be able to decipher what's in some of the others. If I could read DNA samples, I'd be golden. Or if I could read barcodes, it would really help. Unfortunately, can't do any of those. What you really have to do is you have to look inside the box. If you open the box and look inside, you know what's in there. And the reason these people look so happy, and imagine you're shopping for broccoli, you open the box, there is broccoli. Would you look this happy? No. Well, the reason they look so happy is because there are lots of boxes. So companies are drowning in data. One bank we're talking to, they have 45,000 employees. They have 90,000 databases. Not fields, not tables, databases. They estimate they have over 2 billion fields. That's 2 billion boxes you have to open and look to find your broccoli. Other example, Fannie Mae is a customer. They have 10 million files they ingest every single day. Kaiser Permanente is another customer. They estimate they have over 4 billion fields. This is really not tenable, right? You can't open each box and manually put a nice business label on it. Which brings us to British London Underground, right? There is a big gap, right? On one side of the gap, you have business users and you have governance people. They think in business terms. They think in customer, order, default date, and so forth. On the other side of the gap, you have technical metadata, right? You have the cryptic names, you have the mislabeled things, you have no names at all. And this gap is causing a big problem operationalizing your business. If you're trying to make decisions, operational decisions, you can't find data. If you're trying to enforce GDPR policies, you can't find the data. In fact, a lot of times you can't even let people look for data because you don't know if there's anything sensitive in there. You gotta look at it first and protect it. So how many of you have been to London and enjoyed the endless announcements of mind the gap, mind the gap? If you're like me, I see hands going up. If you're like me, every time I think about, okay, we don't have that in New York, we don't have that in Seattle, we don't have that in San Francisco. Why can't they fix it? So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to fix it. And to fix it, you really need AI and machine learning. We already established we can't do it manually. So we built this engine called Aristotle that's AI-driven that looks inside each box and tries to figure out what's in there and give it a business label or a tag. So it automatically crawls through all your data, tags it, and keeps it up to date. Well, of course, now that I have nice business labels, I still wouldn't want to crawl through all these boxes and read the labels to do my shopping. I really want a shopping experience. So we built a shopping app called a catalog on top of it where you can use business terms. You can get a bunch of data sets with dynamically built facets to help you narrow down your data sets. We'll let people rate and write comments just like in any other shopping experience. And when you find what you like, we'll let you open it, provision it in your favorite tool. If you want to drill into a data set, we give you the field names, the cryptic technical names on the left. We give you nice business labels with confidence level on the right. And we give you details called profile, which is like DNA of data. Waterline is deployed at some of the world's largest companies trying to help democratize data, govern data, protect it, make it useful. We're excited to work with Microsoft. We're really passionate about making data usable. And we look forward to partnering with companies who, I believe, like Microsoft, believe that it's an important mission. Please, you can find us in HD Insights if you want to play with us. Stop by, talk to us some more. I'd love to talk about and understand what you're working on and how we can partner. Thank you very much.